Oh, what's going on, guys? It is Elijah here with Infinite Defense, and today me and Zane are at Dillon Precision. We're here with Carson. We're going to be walking through our first time reloading. Today, I brought my Henry SPD Predator rifle that we just got. It is set up for 5.56. We're going to be shooting some long distance with it. So we're going to be specifically loading some 5.56 rounds for long distance. Carson, do you have any reasons why it's preferred to hand load 5.56 for long distance shooting?
Yeah. So when you are doing long range shooting, especially with a rifle like this, you want to tune your ammunition to that firearm that you have. So here, with this one, we have some 77 grain ammo that we're going to be loading. Now, if you were to go to the store and buy 77 grain, you're looking at spending over $1, $1.60 a round, depending on what brand you get for high quality ammunition. So as we reload, we can pick up our own brass and save money. So it's only going to cost us around 50 to 60 cents to load that 77 grain. So you're saving over 60% per round that you're loading, which means that you can shoot twice as much.
Yeah, basically you're shooting more expensive ammo for the price of bulk 55 grain that you get at the store.
Exactly. You can go ahead and use this hand-loaded ammunition and have, sub-MOA accuracy out of the gate with ammunition that you tune to your gun rather than trying to find the best brand that works with the new firearm that you have.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm stoked to get out to the range to test it out, but first off, we got to make it first. So I guess you want to show us the first steps on getting started?
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at it. Yeah, so here we have our XL750. So this is going to be the most popular machine. Now the benefit to this is it's super easy to swap between calibers. So I can switch between 9mm and .223 in less than 4 minutes. And here we're set up to .223, so it'll take us maybe an hour to load 600 to 800 rounds of .223.
Oh, wow. And say you're just loading regular 55 grain, about how much is that per round to produce if you're hand loading it?
Yeah, if you're hand loading it, you're still gonna be in that same ballpark. And with our bullet feeder, it makes it even faster. So all you have to do to actually load is just pull the handle. So if I demonstrate it right here, I can pull back, it puts in a new case, it seats a primer and put a projectile on. So this right here, you can see, I don't even have to touch anything as I'm loading. So I'm just cranking out these 77 grains just like that.
How much would it cost to produce like a 55 grain?
Yeah, so a 55
standard range ammo.
Yeah, if you're going to the range to plink, your 55 grain, you can load it for maybe 20 to 30 cents a round.
Yeah, that's crazy. Especially as like a first time reloader, because we pay what, about 50 cents a round for a case, give or take. So you'd be saving, it's about half off. And if you can load about a case in an hour, even 2 hours at saving 250 bucks, it's pretty good savings. Yeah. It's a good trade for your time.
Exactly. Now, the biggest thing with the 55 grain is you're picking up that case. So you can use this a couple times and that lowers the cost each time that you load, right?
Oh, okay,
you're not buying it new.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes total sense too. Dang.
Yeah. You want to go ahead and give it a shot?
Yeah, absolutely.
So all you're going to do is pull the handle all the way down and then slowly push it forward. And at the top, you want to actually push it forward.
Gotcha.
So you're saying it seeds the primer and then it
So push it a little bit harder.
Forward harder?
Yep.
Okay.
There we go. So be a little bit more gentle on that up, so that'll happen.
Okay.
That's okay. So you can put that on there just like that.
Gotcha.
Now pull back. Okay, now slowly bring it forward. Now push forward on that. So that right there, that force is actually what's seating the primer. So if we look underneath, you can see on this one, we have a slightly high primer.
Gotcha.
So you just need to push a little bit more forward. So an easy way to do that is if you put your left hand on here, you can almost pull back and push forward at the same time.
It kind of.
Get a little bit more leverage. Now let me, you're good. Go
Keep
forward.
going.
Yep, cool. So we're out of projectiles just because we unplugged the power. So we'll just refill it real quick and then keep going. And then as it goes forward, it's now aligned with that new case. So you push forward and then you have the force primer. So you'll kind of feel it. So when you bring that handle back up, you still want to go like relatively slow. Not slow, but just kind of smooth, right? So before we're kind of slamming it. So look, just nice and easy.
Go slam it.
And then boom, it seats the primer.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that's feeding with projectiles. And then on this side, you have your loaded ammo. So after a little while, this whole bucket will be full and then you can go to the range.
Dang. It's a lot easier than I thought the whole process would be.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to involve like 6 different machines and.
Yeah.
Well, isn't it mostly in the setup too?
Yeah, a lot of that like hard work you're going to put in is when you do set up the machine.
Gotcha.
Work up front initially, but then
Once
it just
it's
runs.
set. Yeah.
You almost just set it and forget it, right? As long as you're not like tinkering with different loads and everything,
Yeah.
everything will be the same. So, yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like most people are gonna ask you, like, how much is it to load 9 mil then?
Yeah, so let's talk about 9mm specifically. So with 9mm, there's not going to be as much cost savings per se as you would with 5.56 and other calibers larger than that. But there are some other benefits. So at Dillon, we like to say we have cost, control, and customization.
Okay.
So the cost, we're not necessarily saving as much money, maybe a couple cents here and there, but we get to control all the variables. So we can make the most consistent 9mm for our guns and then customize that load to our gun specifically. So we can reduce recoil, improve accuracy, or if you're running like a race gun with a lighter hammer spring, you can use different primers so you can guarantee ignition every time you go to the range rather than having light strikes.
Okay. Yeah. Something I think about too is like shooting subsonic. Since suppressors are becoming a lot more popular, everyone's just learning about like what subsonic actually is. Like I had a neighbor who was like, yeah, I shot it in my backyard and it was really loud. I'm like, did you shoot subsonic? And he was like, what's that? I was like, okay. But yeah, definitely like that and fine tuning it to your gun, especially if you're shooting like a semi-auto AR9 that could be finicky with different loads. That definitely makes sense.
Yeah. So
what about like defense rounds? Would that make a cost difference at all, or is it mostly cost just in the projectile?
The cost is going to be in the projectile.
Okay.
So we don't recommend loading defense rounds because we recommend loading hunting rounds though. So if you're loading some 9mm and you're going in the woods and hunting or something like that, and you wanted something for, animals,
Gotcha.
then definitely you can save a lot of money on that.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Gotta get out of my system.
You gotta repeat yourself?
It's my redemption.
A little slower on that. There you go.
I can feel it, kind of.
From one with the machine.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take that. That felt good. Thanks, turn.
Oh, for reloading. Look at that.
Look at all those times kicking in.
Okay.
He's a pro.
I'm so proud.
There we go.
Now you get ammo for free.
Ranking it, dude.
Say that I had another tool head kind of set up for.
Well, you said this machine specifically, or something about this, also can reload 300. So
Yeah.
I know both brasses are obviously not the same. So how would you go about doing that?
Yeah, so you just clear the shell plate out. You can remove this tube, and then you can put 300 blackout cases in there. But if you had a quick change kit and another tool head, all you'd have to do to switch between 223 and 300 blackout is this. So you'd remove the bullet feeder funnel. So this just pops out like that. You'd unplug it. You'd pull these 2 pins out right there. Pull the tool head up, remove the powder bar, and then this whole thing just slides out. And then you just put one in for 300 blackout, reconnect it, and you're ready to go. Yeah.
If you were loading 300 blackout with 5.56 casings, would there be like a different tool on this that would cut it?
Yeah, so on this machine, you'd actually have to have 2 different tool heads, one for processing and then one for loading.
Gotcha.
Now, on our new machine, because you got to trim the case down first, right?
Yeah.
So if you have a 5.56 case right here, you can see that this was a 5.56 case at one point, and now it's a 300 blackout. So the trimmer actually will remove the material and then expand the neck so you can fit that 30 cal round in there. Okay, you need to load X amount of rounds to pay the machine off, essentially.
So this whole setup's like $2,000. How much does it
roughly
cost
around
for, like,
$2,000.
That'd be a good idea for the website.
Like a quick change with like a complete setup.
I'm saying
you're
like
probably,
how often you shoot, how many targets you shoot
$300
per
with the dies.
day, and just like
The
calculate
dies are about
how many range days
$180 to $200,
hit off.
and then the tool head's like $60. His plane, and his friend crashed the plane and died. And so the guy's wife was like, well, my husband had a bunch of machine guns, do you want them? And so he got a Thompson from this guy, and he loved shooting the Thompson, but he needed ammo for it. So he basically modified a reloading machine at the time into a reloading machine for him to load. And then that's how Dillon started. So it was like, I think next year's our 50th anniversary.
Oh, wow. About wraps it up. Soon we're gonna take that rifle and the ammo we just loaded out to the range and see how it does on paper, actually on rubber. What we were talking about right before we left was about how much does that machine we were using run for, like the whole setup?
Yeah, so that whole setup is roughly around $2,000 to $2,200. So it won't take too long for you to pay it off if you're loading.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna cost like 6,000, just my guesstimate, but at 2,000, say you load 10 cases of 5.56, you're at saving $250 a case, you already paid it off. So from then on, you're just saving money. So definitely a worthwhile investment to look into if they want to find any reloading equipment. Where should they go?
Yeah, you, check out dillonprecision.com, and that'll have all of our different products on there.
And if you need the best targets in the world, go to
infinitytargets.com.
You got it right this time. All right, but anyways, thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next video. It'll probably be out at the range with Dillon Precision.